Welcome to Slayerfest 98. I'm Ian Carlos Crawford.
I'm Brett White.
I'm Gabrielle Alexa, and we're here today with our guest cosplayer.
Bori, hi everyone. How are you doing?
Hi. Thank you for doing this. I was very excited when you said yes, because you've been on my list because I know we have the same nerd interests and we've been like mutuals for a while.
Yeah, I love it. I was so excited. I was like, hell yeah,
So Gabby, even though you're co-host, this is your first time on for X-Men 97 season 2. What have you felt so far about the season?
I'm not gonna lie, the first season was like a perfectly packaged project to me, and I feel this way about a lot of second seasons. It's like everything is so different. It's hard to feel grounded in the show, or like the aspects that I liked from the previous season have been so thrown up in the air that I'm like, where can we get grounded? I do feel like this episode is kind of where we regrounded, so that's nice. We're like, episode 6 is a long time to feel kind of lost in
I
what's
was
going
about
on.
I was about to say I agree with you, but I'm like, fuck, now we only have 3 episodes left.
Right. Oh my God. In a
yeah.
22 episode season, it's no problem. But
Yeah.
in 8 episode season, I'm kind of like, wow, we finally feel grounded again. And it's been like the whole season already. So
Right?
those are my thoughts. And it's not that I didn't enjoy them, especially like, oh my God, the X-Force episode.
I loved that episode.
I
Yeah, it was a
loved
That
good
that
episode. That was
that
really good.
yeah, that one's honestly been my favorite. I wish we got more shit like that. I wouldn't have mind going back and forth between like X-Force and the X-Men. Um,
Exactly.
but Bodhi, how about you? How have you felt about this season so far?
I agree with her 100%. Like I love the first season because it gave us like the nostalgia. It gave us everything we wanted. And then this season, as much as I like it, don't get me wrong, it's just it feels like they're trying to go through all the eras so quickly that we're
Yeah.
jumping on so many main stories that are just like, give me that. I need it. So 8 episodes is just not enough for me.
Yeah. Yeah. I Brett, I'm curious because you were on for episode 1, but you haven't been on since. What do you think? Because I do agree that like I still love it, but I'm like, ooh, we don't have a lot of time left.
Yeah, it does feel very like last week and this week are where I'm like, okay, cool. Like I want episodes. Like
Yeah.
I want episodes of television that feel like, oh, this was a story that was told, as opposed to the first three were like so big in scope. Like all
Yeah.
that apocalypse past and future stuff was so like I'm watching the Ten Commandments, like this biblical epic. I was just like, where are like exactly like you were saying, Gabby, like the grounding into like give me back to who was on the team, where do we live? Like it's
Where do
just
we
some
live? We just
basic stuff.
figured that out. Yep.
And this is very much an X-Men thing. Like X-Men is all about like, well, everything you thought you knew,
Right.
flipping it over. But it is kind of like you can't, it's hard to do that when you only have a nine episode season. Like and then you wait 2 years between seasons. Everything is broken in reality. Everything needs to change. Let's go back to the way it was. Give me 13 episodes a year, please.
Yeah.
I do think like three is already in works. So
Yeah.
I'm wondering if we're gonna be able to see these first three seasons as a big whole. And right now we're in the middle. We're in the Empire Strikes Back. We're in the like the dark middle chapter, and then setting up to maybe a season three that is a little bit more like we're a team and we're doing stuff.
I have so
Yeah.
for this episode, I interviewed Gui Agustini, who is Sunspot, and I think they've already finished recording for season 3.
God, I hope
Like,
that means it's
Oh.
coming next year then. Please,
yeah, it's
God.
he said that it is they're supposed to be now every year. But they did say that after season 1, I think, right?
Yeah, they did say that after season one, but then that whole thing that happened with the
Yeah, but then
changing,
a
A lot
lot
of
of stuff
things
has
happened.
yeah, a lot of things
happened.
happened.
But okay, so this episode is Danger.Exe. My only like real complaint was just like I wish danger had been hinted at before. Like I wish we had gotten like the hint we get in the opening. It's like that should have been like in an episode last season where it's like, okay, I will, adapt. And it happened so fast, but I still agree with y'all. This was more like a grounding episode. Like, oh, this is where we're gonna be. This is, we got the X Corps, we got Xavier's mansion, we got Headmistress Storm. Like,
Yeah,
I'm glad at least.
I think it speaks to how fast everything's going. That it's a spoiler alert, I don't know. When they establish X Core at the very end, my brain was immediately like, okay, cool. I wonder what next episode they're going to be doing because I couldn't I was like, well, this isn't actually going to last long, right?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Completely agree.
Yeah, I was also bummed Polaris didn't get a title card. I was really hoping she would, but I think she'll get one next episode, right?
I
Yeah,
hope
yeah.
so. She has to. I love Polaris. I loved her this episode. She's amazing.
Yeah. I was really nervous in the previous episodes when she was working for the government. I was like, Lorna? Like, my girl Lorna's working with who? I did not like that introduction. I was real nervous about it. I don't know if any of you guys are familiar with the show Gifted. It was like a
Oh
really
yeah.
Fox X-Men show, and then Disney got the rights back, so then they ended Gifted. But I loved Lorna in Gifted, right? I loved Polaris, and she was real anti-government in that show. I feel like she was anti-establishment.
Yeah.
So I was nervous that they introduced her, and she was a shill for the government. But obviously, in this episode, she like came into her own, and I finally got to breathe that sigh of relief that they didn't ruin her character.
I will and I'm a huge fan of early 90s X Factor. I love that Peter David, Larry Stroman run because it is funny. And it was very like pop culture aware, also like politically aware. And I was kind of hoping going into this episode that we were actually going to spend the entire time with X Factor and actually get into the like, Havoc, what the hell are you doing? It is based in the comics that they did work for the government. I would like to see. I think this show would have something really interesting to say about why Lorna signed up initially, why Havoc signed up initially, what were they told they were going to be doing. I mean,
Right,
Lorna
yeah.
kind of gets into that in this episode. So, as someone who like rides hard for Multiple Man and Strong Guy and Wolfsbane, I was kind of like, darn, shucks. As far as we like, there's still just like background characters. Oh well.
Yeah, when I saw Multiple Man just sitting there in the locker, I was like, no, give me more.
Please.
And like Wolfsbane, she's just like there and then like whatever and walks away.
Oh, I love. She's just in the locker room with her towel.
Yeah.
She smells horrible, I'm sure.
I didn't think about that. You're probably right.
I'll be right.
So
I was aware that Polaris worked for the government, but it's more that they established that as her baseline, and
Yeah,
exactly.
Like,
Yeah.
what are we doing? I do wish we gotten that intro of her before and saw the why, because I feel like then I could have really gotten on board with the whole government thing.
But like you said, Gabby, I'm a little bit more like, okay, we got her pretty quickly being like, no, fuck this, which I was happy about. Because I feel like Polaris is always a little bit like, to reference something else we all love, she reminded me of Faith, Vampire Slayer Faith in this episode a lot.
Yeah.
And like Faith would not be about that shit either. They even dressed her little Faith, like her black outfit. I was like, this is cute. This is like Faith.
Well, she looked kind of gifted-y too, like because the gifted Lorna was kind of goth in a like way. Yeah. And I do think like in the 90s X Factor run when Polaris was working for the government, like the episode 2, the X-Force episode where she basically is like, okay, Jubilee, I give you 5 minutes, get out of here, go. Like Polaris does that with Cannonball, because she has like a one-on-one talk with Cannonball, and like X-Force are considered to be terrorists at that point in Marvel continuity, and X-Factor is supposed to arrest them, and Polaris is like, I'm not arresting him, bye. And then Alex just keeps being like, why did you let them go? Like, there's something, God, there's just something so potentially funny about X-Factor that they just aren't dealing with. Anyway,
Also, I thought the opening was wild that we rewatched Magneto's death like 800 times.
Multiple
I was
times.
like,
Oh my
again?
God, yes.
Right?
I was like, what is it? Like, I need Professor X like calm down. Like this trauma bonding that he has going on. Like, I need to relax. Like every time.
And when he's like, oh, that was supposed to be therapeutic. And I'm like, girl,
I need to chill.
Right.
Go see a therapist, dude.
Yeah, like that might be better.
Don't relive the last moments where he was viciously disintegrated in front of your eyes.
Yeah.
It's horrible.
Exactly.
Yeah. I mean, but I liked it just like I know the TikTok video edits are gonna slap like by the end of the day. Like I really
Yeah.
appreciated that emotional journey for him specifically. I was like, wow, the yaoi that we're getting is crazy. This is
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
Other
It
than
is
that, I
wild.
was like,
Definitely.
what's going on?
And also again, like as like a longtime X-Men fan who's used to like subtext, everything is subtext. The fact that this show goes this hard, which still is, they aren't even saying they were a couple or anything, but
Right.
just how hard they are like really playing it is still like
Exactly.
shocking to me. Of like, wow, I've never seen this, but it's always been there.
I felt like in episode
Ugh.
4, they were like 2 seconds away from like kissing. I was like, are they
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
we're gonna do
I
it?
actually,
No, we're not. I
Well, and
really
also
These guys
like
don't let us have any fun.
I know.
I also liked all the memes of like Lady Deathstrike and Morph, like the whole like girl, what are you
Oh
doing?
my God,
Like
yes.
the whole when the ex meets the new girlfriend, and it's like get away. I love
I
those.
I had Dominique Morgan and Joel Kim Booster on for that episode, and Dominique was like, this was a really good quote. She said that she didn't see in that episode Lady Deathstrike as a villain. She was more the girl where a man drives her crazy and then is like, "Why are you acting crazy?" And I was like, "Ooh, I like that is kind of what Lady Deathstrike was in that episode."
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, we kind of get pretty quickly like Danger Room is uh, kind of becoming something. We did smush a little bit of Astonishing X-Men plot into this as well, and I do like that. I like them mashing up the stories because if it's
Mhm.
one for one, we already know everything that's going to happen. I
Yeah.
like the like mishmashing them. Bori, what do
Is
you
this
What
where
think?
I
I did
said,
want to
did
see.
I say on the last time that it was like hearing a good DJ like
Yeah,
play?
yeah, yeah,
Is like, you hear the chorus of one song, the verse of another song, the beats from another song, and like that's kind of what X-Men 97 is, and it's a very good DJ set of like
yeah,
Yeah.
X-Men greatest hits.
yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think?
There were two X-Men that I really wanted to see today that I didn't see. Of course, my girl Emma Frost and
Yes.
Kitty. I want
Yeah,
Kitty
God.
Pryde so bad.
Yeah. I agree with
She
you.
she was on that
I
board,
didn't-
right? Like she was
Exactly.
there.
Like she's such
And
a part of this era right now. So it's just like I
yeah,
wanted to see her there. Like at least
and
make
she
a
was never on the
cameo.
90s cartoon. It's
Yes.
crazy.
Exactly.
Well, the
Yeah.
showrunners, when I had them on the first time, they said they weren't allowed to use Kitty Pryde because of the failed pilot Pride of the X-Men, that like she was considered like a bad character to use, which is so
Blame the
weird.
teen girl. I
Right?
see like
The conclusions that they draw based on like things not
No,
succeeding is also
right.
bizarre to me because like it was
yeah.
never about Kitty Pride.
No.
Yeah. And also
Exactly.
that episode was great. There should have been a cartoon off of that. It was so
I
much fun.
I had a VHS of it as a kid. I watched that shit all the time.
All the time. All the time.
Exactly.
We get Polaris with the purifiers. I was kind of surprised that I was like, oh, okay, we're doing purifiers and William Stryker. I was I mean, I guess in this,
Reverend Stryker was on last season. He was on the TV
but
when
yeah,
Roberta goes to visit his mom. He's on the TV, right?
but I mean, he
Yeah.
wasn't like a active. He was just
No,
there.
no.
Yeah,
But it is like that's kind of like what you were saying about introducing the Danger Room
yes,
somehow earlier. It's like, okay, we got a seed of like Reverend Stryker exists in this universe, and now we see his punk ass on a fucking holographic whatever, and good old Carl, Carl the Executioner there.
I also liked Polaris's attitude to what you were saying, Gabby, because I was a little worried. It was like, no, she should be like, fuck these people. And
Right?
I was glad she wasn't like, no, we have to make sure they're okay. Like I was like, no, I'm glad Polaris is like, I'm gonna throw a fucking boat at you because
Yeah.
Exactly.
They kind of run the same plot in the X-Men universe all the time of like the government employs someone and then as soon as they seem a little too powerful, it's too inconvenient, they're like, get out of here. And I love it. Every single time I'm like, oh my gosh, it's amazing. Inject it into my veins. So I was ready. Like as soon as I saw kind of like where it was going with Polaris, I was like, oh, okay, so it's the Polaris that I wanted 4 episodes ago. And I see that she's done with like the government, but there's already been those fractures because obviously she let Jubilee go. Um, and I think they, if I'm gonna say they rushed anything, her grappling with her relationship to Magneto, they were just like, you're actually related to him, right? And then that was like the intro. I feel
Oh
like
yeah.
whole season of her grappling with that.
She
I
never,
was
well, because they didn't establish that Magneto was actually her biological father until like 2008. Like that happened well after the cartoon ended. So like I was kind of like, oh, she's known that all along. Okay, good.
Right. It seemed too forced or too rushed. I feel like, especially because he just died, this is a really great opportunity for her to deal with that. But it just was like smushed into this one episode, and it wasn't as much in focus, I guess, as I wanted it to be. But maybe again, I'm just complaining about how short these seasons are these days. Like
I feel
maybe that's
like that is the like every episode that is the general consensus is we need longer seasons.
yeah.
Like
This 8 episode ain't doing it.
right? It's
Yeah.
and like
That's such
eight
a good
episodes.
problem to have.
It
Disney
is.
should be excited that like people want more. Like they want more product. They want more content. They'll keep their subscriptions longer.
Yeah,
Exactly.
but I feel like something like this probably annoys Disney that it does so well.
Oh, yeah,
Because
yeah.
it's like
Actually,
way
yeah,
more political than like any shit they do. Like,
That is true.
yeah.
so I almost feel like they're like, oh crap, they do like it. Oh, fine, we'll do more, whatever.
I
Give
mean,
those
they also
annoying
Disney also
queers.
did Andor, so they know
I
that
know. Yeah.
content sells. That's always
That's
the famous stuff on their platform.
that's true.
Interesting.
It's wild that like Andor never, at least I don't remember. Andor didn't get the like, oh, it's woke now treatment.
No,
Like I
which is
don't
weird because
Not
Star
as
Wars
good,
fans
not
are.
as
Ugh.
bad. Yeah.
because
I feel like that plot point where like big government is taking care of the little guy is like a bipartisan, multi-partisan kind of problem. So people don't assign it wokeness in the same way as they're like, why is Morph trans? It's like, oh my god,
Yeah.
Morph
true.
the mutant. Why? Okay.
And
Yeah.
I guess
Yeah.
they're all, yeah, someone recently just commented on one of my posts being like, the X-Men aren't self-inserts for queer people. They're called mutants. And like,
Okay.
jackass, you're almost there. Do like to like walk with me 2 more steps and we'll get
Oh my god. Yeah.
there. But yeah, Val Cooper is an asshole. I get annoyed, but also love that she seemed to have a moment of clarity last season, but then is right back to having a new job as an asshole. And I kind
Yeah.
of like how realistic that is, right? Like,
Mhm.
Well,
oh,
and like
I'm waiting for Emma to shade her again. I need Emma all
yes.
yes.
over
Yes.
that. I need Emma
It's
all over
almost like
that.
that one commenter you had because you can see where like Val could envision like, yeah, things are dangerous for mutants now. The X-Men aren't around. We need to get these kids and like, but it's like, but you didn't go the step further of like asking if they wanted any help and then also actually helping them instead of just putting them in cages. Like, it's like she's
She's trying. She's
but it's
trying.
like she's yeah, but that's how she was in the comic. Also, she's Dale Cooper from Twin Peaks' sister, I think.
What?
I
That was
didn't know
Peter
that.
In the early 90s, Peter David like loved Twin Peaks. It was just like I just got off the phone with my cousin Dale. He's investigating some
Yeah,
murder in the Pacific Northwest. It's like, okay. Anyways.
Yeah.
that's cute. That's cute.
I
Like that.
think the part with Cooper and Polaris, it kind of is like an opposite of where Sunspot was last season, where he was like, I love respectability politics.
Hmm.
And
Yeah.
now this is someone kind of like wielding in respectability politics, and Polaris was like, I'm not gonna do this actually. Which I really liked because obviously Sunspot has come a long way from where he
Yeah.
was last season. But I really wanted to see like someone do the opposite and kind of push back on the government expectation that they all be perfect mutants, other than Magneto, he was just that guy.
Yeah.
And I like that Polaris's flex of I wasn't even at full power. I was like,
Right?
I love her so much.
Yeah.
yeah, and I really liked that she really wasn't pressed. And she kind of knew she was getting fired and was just
Oh
like,
yeah.
I don't fucking care. Great, I'll leave. Let me go pack up my locker. See ya. Are her and Havoc not a couple here? Or like, I couldn't quite tell.
I don't
I don't
know.
think so.
Are we gonna get a Madeline Havoc
Oh God.
situation?
Oh God, I would love.
Havoc in that outfit, I would not be mad.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like, just saying.
They're so like, does Havoc know that he's Cyclops' brother? That's the other things of like, there was the X Factor episode in the 90s series that I haven't watched in a long time. So I'm like still kind of like,
They
what are the
in that
relationships
so
here?
they don't address it, but they hint at the fact that their powers aren't hurting each other. And I
Right,
think
yeah.
Xavier's like, oh, switch who you're fighting because it's not going to work, but we don't say it. So I
Yeah.
Yeah.
am curious if they'll do the thing they did with Polaris and Magneto, where they just kind of like, yeah, we already knew in between the however many
Yeah.
years, sure, we found out. Because Jubilee calling, what did she call him? Like knockoff Cyclops or
Like,
something?
Knockoff Cyclops.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm still like not sure if that was like a, and that's your brother, or just like you are a like dorky leader person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I took that as them being like, they're not going to be related, but we wanted to like give a wink, wink, nudge. But I would prefer if they were related. So let's see.
Yeah.
There's so much drama to mine there, and I feel, but again, we need 22 episode seasons because
Yeah.
there's so much.
There's so much. There's so much content for the X-Men that it's just like, why are you doing this? You have
Yeah.
so much to work with. Give me.
I have said this almost every episode, and Bori, you'll appreciate this. I said that if this was a telenovela, my grandma would have loved it. Like she would have been
Oh,
like, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what I
This-
tell everyone. Like the X-Men is a telenovela. Like they're
It-
either fighting or fucking. Something
Right?
is happening.
Yeah.
We're fine.
Like this would have been a show my grandma was narrating to me when she was babysitting. I was on her floor. She'd be like, "Hey, mira que mala," and I'd be like,
Yeah,
"Sure,
exactly.
you know." It's like we need the drama as well, which I do think is one of the things the Fox movies a little bit missed out on. Was like, I don't know, it was just like Wolverine loves Jean, and that was like the end of their.
Yeah.
And the like, rivalry. I feel like at that time, every movie, regardless of genre, had to have like the two guys kind of like being like,
Oh
she's
yeah.
mine, and actually she's mine.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Well, we know how that throuple ends.
Listen, in back in the day, I read so much fanfic about that when that first
I
movie
think we
came.
all did. I think we all did, okay? Let's not pretend here. Probably wrote a couple of them bitches too. Just saying.
So I just want to point out, I love Lorna has a really good quote when she says, like, we have an obligation to protect mutants, not bureaucrats, to Havoc. I thought it was like a really good, smart fuck you to him, right? Where it's like, look at your life. Think about what you were doing. I don't
Yeah.
care. I'm leaving. So, and I really just, I don't know. I really like that she's not upset about any of this. She's like, I hated this job. I hated these people I work with. Sure. Like,
Exactly. She was like, fuck it, I'm out.
yeah. And when she was like, he's like, where are you gonna go? And she's like, oh, mutants have a place now. And then we go to Xavier's mansion. I
And it's
love,
coming back to herself.
yes. And
I loved it.
so the movies did this wrong where like all the students would be like random. I love that every one of these students like is a character.
Oh yeah.
And like you can be like, ooh, that's this person. I don't even know some of them. Like I didn't realize that was I didn't realize Wing, that character, was the character that commit. Like I didn't realize that until they said his name. But that
You
shit's
had
cool.
Quentin, Eyeball. We had a couple of them in the episode today that were cameoed, which I like. Seeing the
Yeah.
old ones with the newer ones.
I love seeing my Gen X kids. That's
Yes.
my generation. I love seeing Sink and
Mhm.
Chamber and Skin and Monet, Penance,
I-
or
Oh my
whatever,
God.
whichever version they're using.
Yeah. I love that
I love
Dupe
them.
is I love that Dupe is like a weird constant. And he came from the Mike Allred's X-Force that like is
Yeah.
never mentioned ever. And I loved that run, but it's like never mentioned. And he's always
Except
there.
Dupe.
Yeah, Dupe's always
Mhm.
there. Did any of you, I didn't read all of Krakoa. Did any of those X-Force characters ever come back with Krakoa, or did we just kind of never talk
I don't
about
think so.
They didn't. No, they didn't.
it?
They
Okay.
didn't come back for Cocoa. Like they
I-
probably in the background or whatever, but they were never a prominent part again of Cocoa.
because I did like that comic. I read the whole thing and I really liked it.
Yeah, I like.
It was weird, but I appreciate the weird. So Xavier welcomes the students. We get the astonishing X-Men Emma moment of the Sentinels coming in, and it's a fake out.
Yeah.
I really wanted him to say the Emma line of like, remember, they will always hate us. He says,
Oh
remember,
God, yeah.
danger is always around the corner. And I was like,
Yeah.
I wanted him to say that, but I get why Xavier might not say that.
Although, I mean, well, I mean, hey, if we're going towards Onslaught, then he's going to start saying a lot of crazy stuff or a lot of very intense, correct stuff.
To both of what y'all were saying, it like did make me miss Emma and Kitty because I was like, oh, but I loved their dynamic and Astonishing.
That's my favorite. That made me
Yeah.
cry. Like that brought me back to X-Men hard. Was just that like I don't need to see you, I can smell you. Like, ugh.
Yes,
Yes.
I need it.
I feel like that made me re-fall in love with Kitty Pryde because they hadn't done a lot with her prior to that, like in a while, and that made me be like, oh wait, I do love this character. I forgot. And it was nice. And I just really liked her and Emma's dynamic because it makes sense that she would still hate Emma, right? Like she was a
Yeah.
young kid when Emma was a villain. So like I would probably fucking hate her too, right? Like
Yeah. The first day I met the X-Men, you attacked me in a malt shop and put them all in cages. Like that's basically what she says to Ibba. It's like so good.
and like because I've seen people criticize that the dynamic there that they don't like it. But I think it just makes sense that Kitty would hate her forever. Like it just
Yeah.
I would.
That makes sense. I would. Fuck that.
Yeah.
Right. And I love Emma, but I understand why Kitty hates her.
Yeah. I mean, I love
And I
Emma
think-
because she is terrible.
That's why I love Emma. She gives no fucks. She
Yeah, because
really
I think
doesn't.
Emma would understand why. Yeah, obviously you hate me. I don't
Yeah.
care.
I don't yeah, she doesn't care. She understands it. She doesn't give a shit.
I think if she like did it, she'd be like, "What is wrong with you? You should be giving
You
a
sh-
shit." Like the
You
fuck?
should hate me. Yeah. Why are you liking me? What's your problem?
Like
Does
I'll
Polaris-
work on that.
Does Polaris kind of get the kitty? Well, she actually kind of gets the kitty treatment in this episode
guess a
because she
little
is
bit.
coming back. They haven't touched her room, which is kind of wild because I feel like the X Mansion has been demolished a couple of times. Her bedroom must have been in like the sub basement.
Because it literally just blew up last season when the ship crashes into it. Like
I wonder then, like, when are they trying to say that she was part of the X-Men? But like, whatever.
yeah. Also,
Okay,
whatever.
don't get me when. Okay, this is the thing that drives me crazy, and I don't really get into like nitpicky. I try not to get into nitpicky shit, but how the fuck was Angel a member of the X-Men? They don't know him. When they see Archangel, they do not know who he is. They do not know Warren Worthington, but every time they go back and show, the good old days, there's always Angel's always in the photo. And it's just like, is that another winged mutant? Like, you guys, Angel is a part of the show. What? It just drives me crazy.
This episode, I was like, I wonder if he's Mimic because he's wearing the other costume. But like that is a weird thing, right? Because I just assumed, well, the original cartoon, they kind of just threw it.
Yeah, I felt like
all.
the very first time we see like, back in the day, like Iceman and Angel are there, but it's also kind of one of those like, well, Domino was on a monitor and Farrell was on Genosha. Like it just feels kind of Easter eggy. But then they make Angel a big part of the show in season 1, come the apocalypse, and then they keep showing photos of the original X-Men with him in it. It's like, what are we doing? Anyway.
Yeah. Also, I want to point out when they come in to greet her, Beast is wearing the Howard the Duck shirt he wears in the original series that I loved. That like is such a weird thing to have him wear again, and I love that he's wearing it. Because I always think that that's like his style icon moment from it's the Juggernaut episode, right, Brett?
Well, it's like the Phoenix Saga, I think, is when he's wearing it. But it might be the Juggernaut episode of the Phoenix Saga.
It might be, yeah. Because I always feel like that's like style icon Hank McCoy in his little cute Howard the Duck shirt and brown jacket.
Another Easter egg was Quentin with his Magneto was right shirt.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Oh, I did like that.
Yes.
Yeah. I was like,
I was looking for that shirt to wear tonight. I don't know where the fuck it is. At one point I had it. I don't know where it is anymore. But so I like the reintroduction. We're reminding the audience that like Polaris was in this universe one of the first X-Men. Of course, she's friends with these people. I'm glad there didn't have to be a like, ooh, we hate you for leaving. It's just like, we're cool.
Like
Glad you're back.
whatever.
Yeah, let's keep it
To be
moving.
fair, a lot of people are in and out, so they had to get with it.
Correct.
That is
Yeah,
true.
well, it's like Rogan Sunspot like joined Magneto for a hot second just a couple weeks ago, but
Yeah.
Right.
that's fine. Like, people just do things in the X-Men, and, it's not like you have a
I thought it was
fight.
crazy that they had her room, but whatever. I feel like they would
Uh,
have someone else.
so she talks to Xavier. The conversation gives us a little bit more
Yeah.
exposition, which I appreciated. It is weird that the the central thing is like, oh, channel your dad. And she even says, like, I didn't know my dad. Like, you raised me, Xavier. And I was like, I feel like if that were that would annoy me if I were Lorna. If they keep saying that to me, I'd
Hmm.
be like, that man is not my father. Stop saying I need to channel that dude who, like, is not even my friend.
Yeah.
Right?
Well,
Basically
it gave her
abandoned
such a good arc of being like, I'm not the government. I'm also not Magneto's second coming. Like, what am I?
Yeah.
And then like kind of curating the parts of herself that she was like, this is actually me. That really set her up well, even though I would have loved it longer over
Yeah.
multiple episodes.
But no, you are right. Also, wait, I forgot, I have this in my notes. She says, she has a really good quote. Um, she says, where is it? Oh, to the X-Men when they're like looking at her photos. And she's like, no matter how hard we train, you end up back in the same place. And like, we thought we made it so far, but we're back where we started. And I was like, shit, Lorna, that hits hard. Like, I've seen a lot of people say they don't think this season has been as political, but I do think it has been.
Maybe
I think it
maybe
has
they
been.
said that during the first 3 episodes, and I could give them that because they were focusing on Apocalypse. But now it's back to business. You know,
Right?
Hmm.
Yeah.
they're done time travel. Like I don't know if they're done time traveling, but they are
For
moving
now.
forward
Yeah.
like the
Yeah.
current like
The
era.
X-Men love a time travel.
Right.
We again hint at Onslaught with the like, oh, I thought I had some of your father in my brain.
Like
What do
so
we
on the
all
nose.
what do we all think? Because it just feels like we don't have any time left, but maybe that will be the end of the season. I don't know.
I mean, maybe
But
it's season 3.
Yeah, I
what
think
do you
that's
think?
what they're setting it up.
Yeah.
We're not getting that this season. Not even a little hint of it.
Because right, we don't have time this season to do Onslaught. We got the
No.
Apocalypse shit. We got X Corp. We don't. There's no space for Onslaught. And I do know originally that was supposed to be the arc this season was Onslaught.
I had heard like whisperings of Onslaught, but it feels like this season became like a setup season
Yeah,
for
Hmm.
the next one, and they're just focusing on the Apocalypse stuff right now.
yeah. Which I do. Again, I've liked this season, but I do feel like we need to focus. We need to pick one for these last few episodes and just like focus on that storyline.
Yeah.
Um, and like just make it Apocalypse. We've already set it up. It's there. So Xavier's taking part of the team to Genosha, and I do love when he tells Lorna he's leaving her, and she says, "Do you really want your freshman hanging out with an unstable school dropout?" And he says, "Please, they've met Magneto. They've met Wolverine. Jesus Christ, they've met Wolverine." Yeah,
Wolverine.
I was like, I like. They make Xavier a little sassy in this, and I like that.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's a thing in the danger room, and we get. I liked Lorna and Bishop's dynamic here. I like
They
them
put off
together.
each other well.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they really did.
Um, so my friend Rob texted me and said that they reminded, again, bringing up Buffy since we all like it, that they reminded him of Faith and Robin Wood together, like their
Ah,
dynamic. I could see
Yeah,
yeah.
that.
I can see that.
Yeah.
I could definitely see it.
Yeah,
Um,
let's have Polaris and Bishop have a thing. That'd be into that.
yeah. Were they even ever? I guess probably at some point they were on a team together, but I can't even think if they were.
Uh,
There's been so many team ups and so many hookups that it's hard.
True.
That chart is that yeah, no, I can't.
Yeah.
That chart is like a circle.
I'm like scraping through my brain, and I'm like, oh no, they might have. Did he go to space? No, I don't know. I don't know.
No, I don't. I know what you're thinking of, but I don't think
It's
he
like
was.
Rise and Fall of Shi'ar Empire. Was he in that? No, I think that was when he was lost in time with Cable or something. I don't know.
Oh
Ugh.
boy. Huh. Again, like seeing the kids in the danger room. I wish the kids used their powers. I was like,
Yeah.
why aren't they do a thing? Use your
Yeah,
powers.
I've actually seen a lot of TikToks of people who apparently are big fans of the younger generation who want to see them like more prominent, like using their powers and doing stuff. I obviously like I'm used to the old crew, so I was just like, oh, cool, they have kids here. I felt like they were functioning as like just students as a group so that they have someone to teach.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And
So
again,
it's fun. Yeah.
I do appreciate that it's actual characters and not just because I didn't like when the movies did that. It was just like, here's a random mutant that can do a thing, but it's not actually a character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
'Cause the X-Men have so many characters, we don't need to make up ones.
Yeah.
That's true.
I will say I have never read any of the comics in which Danger is a character,
You haven't
but
read Astonishing?
Yeah, it's not astonishing, and
So
that's
good.
why.
It's so good, Gabby.
Yeah.
I might have to go back. But I did just like randomly Google one day, and when you just see it like unconnected to the plot, and you're like, the danger room becomes sentient and starts attacking people. I was like, that's kind of crazy. But seeing it in this episode, I was like, oh, that's what that Wikipedia hole I was in like a few months ago was about. Like, I get it now. And it was actually pretty cool.
And well, this episode also like removed the creepy crazy the whole like, oh, this was a sentient being from like the Shi'ar that I like enslaved and put into the danger room, and he's been like, that was like, uh there is a connection there though, there, which I was wondering if they were going to make, like when Xavier was in the danger room and he was running over the apocalypse speech, and he kept stopping on that moment where apocalypse is going to step on him, and he's like, what does he say, like it isn't strong to for a god to step on an ant or something, or
Yeah, yeah.
what, and I was
Yeah.
like, they're really hitting that line hard, and that's kind of Xavier's relationship with Danger. It was like he didn't see this entity as like worth more than just sticking into his computers for his students to fight.
Yeah.
And
And
I
like
was like,
free therapy.
yeah, and then therapy, yeah. And there was like an interesting thematic thing there, but they didn't really go that route, which is probably, you know what, we're dealing with a lot. We're dealing with so much, and we don't need to, we can just move on past that.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a lot going on.
That's why I
So
said we need more episodes. So much going on,
it's so funny because it's like we love it, so we want more of it. It's not like this is bad because there's not enough.
but
It's like we love it and we want more.
Yeah.
Which,
But
like you
there's
said, Brett, is a
also
good problem to have.
yeah, there's like a like comfort in this, like, oh, I have so many episodes. I can just like leisurely push through these episodes rather than I'm like, oh, and then we're in space, and then we're back in time, and now we're forward in time, and now there's a new team, and there's another team over here. Like this
That
feels very whiplashy. I'm not gonna
I
lie.
watched all of season one. I rewatched all of season one in one sitting
Perfect season.
before season two started. And like the thing, because I hadn't watched it since it first aired, and I told my husband, I was like, this is not a show that I can rewatch because it's so intense. It's like they are standalone episodes, and everything is so just intense that it isn't a passive watch. It isn't, there aren't like throwaway episodes that are just like, oh, cute and fun, like, have yourself a Morlock Little Xmas or whatever,
yeah.
or meet me at the monorail, or it's like every episode is like, we are going for broke, we only have 9 episodes, get in there,
Yeah.
go.
I feel like in
I,
season. Oh, go ahead. Yeah.
this is quick, but I play Marvel Rivals, and every time a Gambit dies on your team and Rogue is also on your team, Rogue said the exact line because it's the same voice actress. Remy, I can't feel you. And now every time I'm playing, it's like emotional terrorism. I'm actually like, that's
Every
crazy.
time.
Every time, and like a game is like you die quite a few
Yeah.
times.
You can't do. Also, how dare they that feels like cheapening that amazing performance to like play it so frivolously.
God.
Well,
I forgot that
because
she
it's the
does the
same
voice. Yeah.
girl. Yeah, they
Mhm.
got the same. They got her, and the voice actor for Gambit is the same. Interestingly, they just introduced Cyclops, and it's not the same guy for him.
Hmm.
But
Yeah.
oh, I mean, and then
Wild.
we also have Jubilee now, and it's also not the same voice actress for her.
Huh.
But just just for them to have Remy and Rogue like have like their interactions, I think that's so fascinating to me. It like brings me back to that episode. So that's one of the only episodes from season one that I rewatch all the time
I
because I'm
can't
always
rewatch
Oh,
it. It upsets
I
me too
can't.
much.
it's so
I
good.
cry.
yeah.
I
I
cry like a pendeja.
Same, dude. When I did my reaction videos, I was doing them, whatever. I don't normally do them, but I did them for that season just because whatever. I was embarrassed at how much I was crying on camera, and I was like, should I not post this? Then it ended up being one of my best performing YouTube videos because people love someone crying. But I was
Love
like,
crying.
I didn't know people because I was like, I sent it to my friend Zach, who's one of my co-hosts, who is a YouTuber, and I was like, is this too embarrassing? Can I post this? He was like, it'll do really well, post it.
It's
And I
like,
was
have you
like,
seen YouTube?
and then it did do really well.
I mean, I think of like all the like straight men react to Heated Rivalry where they were like crying, and those were like the number one videos on the platform for a little bit. People
That's true.
love raw emotion for some reason.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. You know what? You're right, because I cried watching one of those straight guys react to Heated Rivalry.
Me too, me too, me too.
And you filmed that, and then that
Yeah,
went
right.
super.
Phil,
Yeah.
me crying to a crying
Yeah.
reaction.
Yeah,
But
I think I'm guilty on that one.
where the hell are we, Brad?
We're in the danger room, and Bishop and Lorna are fighting Danger, who has formed. Wing doesn't die, right?
Wing doesn't
No,
die.
yeah, because Storm says stay here. Oh, we should naming Storm the head mistress of Xavier, and Cyclops is right there, and it's like, yeah, this
Fuck
is
yeah.
the correct choice.
Yeah.
You
Right.
had one foot out the door. I'm gone for a couple months, and you're like, bye.
Yeah. I also like that they put her in I love that they use their casual outfits from the original series because like the red blazer and the red boots and the black
Yeah.
tights are like I feel like that was like her iconic like civilian
Yeah,
look.
it's her Night of the Sentinels look. Yeah,
Yeah.
which
Mhm.
like I have a sticker that you made of that look. I
Oh
think.
yes.
Did you
No,
or
it's
something? Or no?
Rogue is
She,
in the
yeah,
dress, but it's her right after she transforms.
yeah.
Yeah. I was thinking I'm probably gonna do a custom of her in that outfit because sure, why not? I actually really like the way they do Polaris's powers. I like the art, the like way it's drawn. I think it looks really cool, and they do her hair really cool, so it's like floating, but like, yeah.
That
The
Marvel
animation
Legends
is crazy.
Polaris, the Marvel Legends Polaris action figure with
Yes,
that amazing sculpted
Ooh,
hair that looks like
the hair is
Play-Doh
good.
almost. Like
Yeah,
it's so curly and like it's so great.
So good.
and it's like very specific to that art from that era. Who
It's
was the
very
artist?
yeah. Well,
Yeah.
Larry Stroman, God, just so good. I could just keep.
So her and Bishop fight Danger, and then Danger pieces out because she. I was a little unclear here. I was like,
you're speak on it because I was also confused. I was just like, whatever, we're moving, but I chalk it up to like how fast they're moving.
She's
Gabby, I was
like, I
just
need
like,
to
okay,
kill
we're moving.
Xavier.
All right, sure. But anyone else have an explanation as to what?
No
I mean,
idea.
oh, their father. Okay. Let's get writer brain. Father issues. Polaris and Magneto, Danger and Xavier.
All right,
Oh,
all right,
Yeah, like I don't know. I don't know if they intended that. But I feel like yeah, Danger wants
that's
to
an
kill Xavier.
interesting parallel. Yeah, I like that.
all right. Yeah, I like that. I like that. Um, Forge also mentions. I also did love Forge and Polaris actually being friends when he's like, "Oh, you missed me so much, I kicked off the team." I was like, "Oh, right,"
Yeah,
because he was
because
on
he was
X
there.
Factor in the him and
Mhm.
Quicksilver both were on X Factor in the
Hmm.
OG series. Um, Forge mentions again, we're moving. So Forge mentions like, "Oh, Storm, we can't go because President Kelly has an executive order for our charter school," and I was like, "Fucking what?" And then we just
Yeah.
keep going. All right. sure. I guess that's probably useful for later, maybe. Because I was also like, but aren't all of them working at that school? Yeah.
It's confusing.
Yeah. Because I was like, but Bishop's there. And I know Polaris is new, so maybe she doesn't work there, but
You know,
whatever.
this show should really have like when they say things like that, there should be like an asterisk that
Yeah.
pops up in a box at the bottom that's like, go to
No,
Instagram. We're explaining it there. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
but
here's a
no
QR
secret.
code. Like we have
Yeah.
a
A syllabus.
yeah.
So we go to Genosha. What do we all think of the new outfits? Because I fucking love them.
I
Wow.
love them. I have my sweater ready to go for my cosplay already. I'm like, yeah.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Gabby, what do you think?
Um, again, I play more of a rival, so the whole every episode, I'm like, when are we getting a skin for that in the game? When are we getting a skin for that in the game?
Same, girl, same.
So that's all I was thinking. I did like them, but I have been saying that every episode, so I can't even keep like I don't think Marvel has the output to give me the skins that I'm asking for at this point.
I was my brain goes to, should I make a custom figure of them in these outfits? Or are they gonna release these in like
They
a month
will
or two?
definitely. But no, it'll probably be a year.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
that's how
They're so
I
weird with
don't
that.
like them. It's a thing. It's my hot. It's a very deeply personal thing that doesn't actually it isn't critical merit or whatever. But I mean, yeah, when the Grant Morrison run marked the end of my first love affair with X-Men because I was a
Oh, right, you
closeted
told me
Christian
this.
16-year-old and Morrison's take was too much for my Southern Christian brain or whatever. Um, and I hated it. I
Right,
hated it. But
relatable.
like I was also so young and I didn't realize that like comic books are very cyclical and like I
Yeah.
had gone through 92 to 97 is like a cycle for
Yeah.
me. Like that was my cycle. That was like Wolverine loses his adamantium, Warren has metal wings, and then by 97, adamantium's back, metal wings are back. It's like very resetting everything and so like I yeah like that drove me away. I really hated that run. I still bought all of it because I was a comic book fan and comic book fans love buying things that they complain about.
Especially when you're younger.
uh
Yeah, I would buy every
yeah
issue of everything.
yeah and
Um
so as an adult, I can recognize it as like a groundbreaking thing that a lot of that everyone else like really latches onto. But for me, it's just like it's hard for me to like get past that like oh this is where I fell out of love with the X-Men.
I
Oh,
you know what it reminds it has a special place in my heart for what it reminds me of. I thought I was hot shit. I was working at a comic book shop in the mall, and like I
Ooh.
got the job because the boss knew
Oh,
me, and he was like, "Hey, you're in here all the time. Do you want to work here?" And I was like, "Oh my God, yes!" And I thought I was so fucking cool
what
that
an
like,
economy we had.
right?
Just
right.
handing out
Right?
jobs.
I made
It's
$5 in cash under the table an hour.
Wow.
Perfect. Perfect. I would do it now.
yeah.
And I, yeah, I had, because I was closeted, and I had two girls that would come and visit me and bring me like food and bring me like X-Men toys because they knew that that was my favorite. And I had to tell both of them separately that we couldn't date. And I was just like, oh, I'm just not really, because I was like not out. And
Uh,
I remember my boss saying he hated that run because he felt it was cheap and they were just doing the movie costumes. They were like too influenced by the movies with like the black leather.
Yeah. No, I
which
have heard that feedback a lot.
Yeah.
yeah.
But I think they make it look a little. I like Jean with this jacket because in the comics it's just like a black trench coat. I don't really love that, but
No,
I
it goes
like the
backwards,
cute
yeah.
update of the jacket with the X. I think that looks cute on her. Makes her and Scott look like a cute pair together, I think.
And of course,
Speaking,
she had to mention Wolverine during that scene.
yep.
I was like, girl, you so shady.
She's like, let's
I
bring him
don't
into
think about your other man. Hold on.
this. Danger then kicks both their asses very quickly.
Poor Beast. Like he gives Xavier whatever he gives him, and then he starts running out like poof. It's like you're just
Yeah.
big and blue. Oh, I love him.
I
I
it was
love
kind of
him.
it was cute seeing Xavier like
Ah,
what that
Xavier
trap
served.
door, yeah, the
That
trap door thing
trapdoor,
in his
first like
chair.
the Gatling guns in his wheelchair, and then that like slide out move. I was like, man, Xavier's got moves all of a sudden. It was
Yeah.
That's
He
great.
was
what I
cooking
want
this
to see in
episode.
Doomsday. Okay.
Yeah, so get Patrick Stewart on a little gurney.
That man cannot
If
do
Like,
that.
yeah.
if they're gonna kill him another time, I want to see some mind games.
God, we've watched him die so
Exactly.
many
I
times.
need some crazy shit to happen because if I'm gonna be emotionally damaged again,
Right.
I
Yeah,
need some shit. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm like, this poor man, we have watched him die way too many times.
Yeah.
yeah.
And Patrick Stewart seems like
God,
just like this nice old like grandpa.
yeah.
I
Like
love
a
him and
great
Ian
grandpa
McKellen
now.
together. Yeah, that's true.
I
Uh,
do. I love them together.
so Danger kicks all their asses. Polaris and Bishop arrive. Again, wasn't quite 100% clear what was happening. Xavier's like, the electromagnetic field, and she's like, it will hurt everyone, and Bishop will absorb it. And I was like, okay.
Yeah.
You know what? And I
It,
loved it. I was
It
so
looked
confused
fucking cool.
up until this emotional core scene of the episode, and I'm like, oh my goodness, this is what I needed. This is everything. Yes, like I feel like again, that's another common trope in the X-Men universe, and I eat it up every
Yep.
time. Like, they're so powerful, so someone else is gonna siphon off the power, and then boom, now it's fixed. I loved it.
teamwork, baby. Well, yeah,
Yeah.
it's really like the whole thing is Polaris spends this episode like really like looking trying to find an identity in a home. Like she starts leaving X Factor, presumably leaving her boy toy. I don't know, Alex, who knows. And now
Situationship.
yeah,
Ugh.
situationship with Alex. She's just like, peace out. She finds a new home, but then she still has this like Magneto has just died. So maybe like if she goes, she probably goes most of the week without thinking about her deadbeat estranged dad. Like, you can go a couple days with that. But now he's dead. And like
And
everybody's
everyone keeps
probably talking
asking
about
her.
it. Everyone
Everyone
keeps asking
keeps
her, talking,
bringing
and
it
she's just
up.
like, Jesus Christ, this is not, it's just like, but how do I relate to this? And I like that she has like, it is interesting. Bishop really did like friend up with her. But him being like, no, I will take this. Like, you're my friend. You need to be messy. You need to figure yourself out. You need to deal with some stuff that might involve some like a lot of emotion, maybe a lot of screaming, whatever. I'm here. I'm going to absorb that. And then Xavier's like, I'm going to hold your hand through it. Like and then we get Polaris finds herself, and that is a bunch of green energy that destroys a monster. So
Yeah. I
And
mean, I could have seen this arc develop over multiple episodes, but for what we got, I really, really loved it. This is again, I had been waiting for Polaris to feel like this, and this is the moment where I went, oh, okay, she's back.
yeah, I was glad that she wasn't just there. Like it was like she was there and she also was the one that saves the day. Like I thought that was like important for her like homecoming. Um yeah, no, and I noticed that when Danger so when Professor X holds her hand and she sees all the stuff, I was like, no, don't show me Magneto telling Goblin Child Leech to not be afraid again. I'm gonna fucking cry. Um but
I
I
can't believe
did
he did
like
that.
the like I am trying to be better coming through her head because I think that's a really good
Mhm.
line. I
Yeah.
Mhm.
I the voice actor for Magneto I think is really good and I think the way he says I am trying to be better just like I don't know I feel like all of us can relate to that, right? Where it's like, oh yeah, I'm trying to do better. I'm trying to be better than like, sure, I'm being petty and doing Magneto things, but like I want to be better. I don't know. I think about that a lot. Anyway, Danger says finally when she's defeated. Is it supposed to be like she's okay? Yeah, Gabby, you
This
same.
was all in the pot. I think it because she says survival of the fittest. Like when they're fighting, she
Yeah.
says survival of the fittest, and then she says finally someone strong enough or whatever, and then oh, okay,
It feels,
okay, I know what they're doing. Okay,
feels like the whole point was that she was saying like, oh, like you guys need to be stronger for
Oh,
what's
you
happening or whatever. So I feel like this was like a temper tantrum to get everyone to be more powerful and embrace power, but it's again, something I would have expected over a longer period of time. And because it was so rushed, like it really, I feel like forced you to only focus on the Polaris aspect of it. But the whole reason that Danger goes crazy is because she's like, oh, like I've been running these simulations with Charles and he's mentally somewhere and I need to like level everybody up.
Mm.
Well, in the I know in the comic books at least, Danger was mad for the fact that she was locked in there.
Yeah.
So that
Yeah.
whole thing with Beast is she really wanted to kill him or whatever. So it's just like the way they changed it, like I liked it, so it didn't bother me, and it was like, all right, I get it. So yeah.
And I do think it almost leads to like where she is because now I don't even know if she's still around, but she became like an ally, right? Like she
Yeah, she
became
became an X-Man.
so like
Mhm.
after this, it does feel like, especially with the breakdown you just gave me, I'm like, oh, that makes sense that now she can be an ally. Like, oh, I was programmed to make you stronger for Apocalypse. I did it. Now we're good.
So,
I
I
mean,
mean,
yeah, like technically, yeah,
Right.
she did.
Yes. I mean, from her point of view, yes.
Yeah.
um, Xavier then says, like, now I know what I need to do. And we get X Corp, sure.
Sure. I really liked it on its own because it feels kind of like spiritually like the same as when Tony Stark in the MCU says, "Now we need a new campus," and they build the upstate campus. Like it felt like, oh, like the X-Men are evolving. Like they
Yes.
need to be something different in like the current state of the world, and I really appreciated that. But it also was like, how did you know that X Corp was the answer? That just felt a little.
Yes.
yeah, I don't know.
Gabby, yes to both things. I very much because I was like, cool, yeah. Now they have Headmistress Storm, where it's like students, and like I'm sure some of the X-Men will be teachers there, but like this is like the base of operations, like not just like kids there that could get killed by Juggernaut. Um,
Yeah, because
but
they've been outlawed in America off
right,
camera.
right.
Right. That's
Bori, what
crazy.
Bori, what'd you think?
No, I agree completely. I just want to see what they're gonna be coming up with next, which is what I'm very excited for. What they're gonna do with everything, how they're
Mm-hmm.
gonna play it off, especially with the amount of time that they have left.
I know.
Because it's like I don't know how they're managing to fit everything, but so quickly. And it's just like I need you to slow down a bit.
Yeah. And
Just a bit.
in addition to X Corp, right, we get the like something they've been teasing the whole season in regards to Apocalypse and Gambit, which I'm gonna be honest, when I first saw a nerd breakdown being like, Gambit's gonna come back as a horseman of the apocalypse, uh, how have they set that up? But at this point, that's one of the few things that they really did set up and tease over a long period of time. So I really
Yeah.
appreciate it.
So
Yeah,
the other thing is that Polaris is also a horseman of apocalypse at one point. She is
Exactly.
pestilence, I do believe, right?
oh, was she?
And
God, I don't
so,
remember
And
that.
Jubilee
yeah,
one as well.
she's a vampire. God, I
She's
hate
a vampire
comics.
in Marvel Rivals. I was also like,
She's
huh? I have
why are we doing this?
Wait, I have a totally non whatever funny side story about that. When I worked at BuzzFeed, I did a fucking list about Jubilee, and it was like why she's like one of my favorite X-Men. And one of the spots was she can even be a vampire who adopts a baby. And my boss read it and was like, oh, stay away from fan fiction. Like that's not canon, so you don't want to use fan fiction. And I was like, oh no, that is a thing from the comics. And she was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, that's what they're doing with her now. Um,
Mhm.
but so I'm wondering
Marvel
if
Rivals
like
as a vampire.
Mm,
they're because so again with like things that they've seeded, like Polaris is now here, and then Danger says finally someone's strong enough, and I was like, oh, I wonder if she was like an emissary of Apocalypse, maybe
mm.
sneakily, and looking for who's the next horseman. The worst game show ever, reality show.
Do not want to
And
be part of that one.
no, it's like I'll go home first that week. Thank
Yeah,
you
yeah.
very much. But like Banshee is also a horseman at one point, and we saw him get disintegrated in season. I love Banshee. I mean, I would love to marry Banshee. Banshee is so great. Didn't like seeing him get obliterated, but maybe he'll. Yeah,
Was he
so I mean,
carrying Marrow too when he got obliterated?
yes,
Yeah.
God. Yeah, but well, hey, they killed Maggot last week, who's also one of my favorites. But you know what? There is no reality where they were ever going to give Maggot anything to do. So
No,
you know what?
no.
Kill him, turn him into a brood, whatever.
Also, like, I don't know, it's the X-Men. They can die and come.
Yeah, okay, yeah, it's whatever, you know. So I am wondering if we are going to get to like a whole like X-Men and X allies.
Mm.
Oh, and Wolverine was also
He was
Wolverine
death.
was also death, and Gambit is also death. So they had to fight over that.
I
Someone's got to be
saw
war.
I didn't watch all of Evolution. It like came out to that point when like, when you're like a teen and you're like, ooh, I'm too old for this, even though you're not. That's like
Yeah.
what I thought about Evolution when it was out. And then I think I bought like a DVD set of like the last few episodes, but I saw someone post that in Evolution, Apocalypse has like 10 horsemen, that he makes like a
Oh
bunch of
God.
X-Men horsemen, and maybe they could be setting up that.
Oh God.
Oh
Maybe.
God, I hope not. That's a lot of husband to
It
deal
is a
with.
Yeah, I mean, I'm like
lot.
the way X-Men 97 is, it's like the episode will be 18 minutes long and there will be 18 horsemen.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Everyone,
Annoyance.
everyone will have a
Toxin.
minute being a horseman.
Yeah. Andy
Uh,
Warhol said in the future, everyone gets 15 minutes as a horseman. Uh,
so now that we're towards the end, I have a special interview to introduce with Sunspot himself.
And I am Gui Agustini.
Hello, Guy. It's nice to see you again.
Yeah, it's nice to see you as well. It's been a little time coming. We had some hiccups here getting this to work, but here we are, and I appreciate you making all the adjustments to where I'm at now. That looks different than my normal home. This is not my home, but it's working out.
Yeah, I like the brick. I'm into it. I'm into it. So, what has been kind of the reception for season 2 that you've been getting with Sunspot?
Yeah, it's been wonderful. I just finished the my second Comic-Con since the show came out. I've done two back to back, and I was able to go to three different premieres that they had. The first one being the Tribeca one in New York City, and that was amazing. The
That's
the
cool.
crowd, and they showed the first two episodes. So, I was very lucky to be in that second episode. Yeah, people went nuts. The X Force title card, and an intro with Sunspot finally getting his spotlight. It's been wonderful. And then I was, in LA at the watch parties that's come in Villainy with the first three episodes. Yeah, and people went nuts for it. And a lot of my friends were there, but a lot of new people too showed up as Lenore and Zan voices Rogue, and I were there as guests. And yeah, it's just so fun to watch with the fans. But since last weekend, specifically at the cons, meeting completely new fans from different regions. I was in Nevada, now I'm here in Iowa, and yeah, I really feel the difference after 2 years of the first season coming out, and more youngsters and more people watching the show, and a lot of them when through the parents usually learned
Yeah.
about X-Men and stuff, right? And they go and watch 97 first, and they like Sunspot, and so that means so much to me. And the response continues to be so wonderful, and the second episode was so well received, even with the critics and everything. And so exciting, so fun. I've heard from many different people it's their favorite episode. I mean, main
I'm
kudos. Oh,
one.
there you go. There you go. Amazing. I mean, main kudos to obviously, Jubilee rocking and kicking ass, and Holly Chow doing her amazing,
Yeah.
amazing job. And that was like terrific. And people loved that so much. And I'm just lucky that I got to be a
I
part of it.
I've loved all of it, but that for me was so different because it was so cool seeing a different cast, a full different title card, right? Like for me, that was really fun because as a kid, I always wanted to see more X-Men, and it was like, oh, we're focusing on a fully different team fighting a different team. So yeah, that's been my favorite episode this season so
Yeah,
far.
let's go. That's
Yeah.
amazing.
But yeah, no, this season, it's nice to see, as well as, I mean, same thing with season 1 though. The reception has been pretty great. Everyone's been like, I haven't seen anyone say anything bad about it. I mean, there's always the negative people, whatever.
Yes.
But
But in
for the most
general,
part,
yes,
yeah,
for the most part, especially from the critics who are the ones who write about shows and stuff, it's just like
yeah.
first season that we had 100% Rotten Tomatoes for so long, and then eventually came down to 99, and is 99 season one for whatever reason. A couple of people, which is fine, but so far now with all the reviews, last time I checked, continues to be 100%. And what I do know that Marvel Disney sent the critics the first four, and
Yeah, I
then
had
there
a critic
was,
on for one of the episodes, and she said she, yeah, saw the
oh,
first
there
four.
you go, yes. And so that was one completely 100%, and then they were going to be sent the last five. So we'll see now how it's gonna be.
I mean, yeah, even I'm like, I don't know where they're going with this. Like, I don't know what we're gonna do for the last stretch. So I'm like very
I
intrigued.
also don't know really, like, and I've recorded episodes that are coming up, but I don't remember them, and I'm deciding if I'm going to go back to the scripts to check it out to remember a little bit. But yeah,
Because you guys
I
recorded like after season one and like right after, didn't you?
yeah, I mean, we started recording season two as before season one was even released. I mean, I don't remember. It's been all intertwined, so I don't know if I particularly recorded anything before season one came out. I think I did, but I don't know. But I know a lot of people were already recording season two even before one came out. And just like we've been recording season three since last year, so it just all intertwines. You
Yeah,
know.
I remember. I think it was Lenore when I had her on during season one. She said that she was recording for
Yeah,
season like yeah,
yeah.
yeah. That's
And
wild.
as it's already publicly announced, season four is already in the making. People are already recording season four.
Oh shit, really?
Yeah. So it's just they're all, because it just takes a long time. So, it's better to start early, and if they have scripts already like, oh, this is it, at least for now, they start getting, the voices and stuff.
And I guess it makes it easier in case y'all need to like reshoot something or like
Yeah.
if they rewrite a script. It's like, yeah, we have
Correct.
time. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that makes me happy because then it's not going to be like a 2 year wait between
No,
seasons
no.
anymore.
Well, that's what we hope, and that's
Right.
what Brad Winderbaum, did like guarantee, but he alluded to the
Yeah.
fact that it's going to be yearly. So we are hoping that's the case now.
I met Catherine Disher, who voices Val
Oh,
Cooper.
yeah, she's amazing.
Yeah, she's so nice. I met her at Lady J's Mutant and Proud in
Oh, yeah,
Philly.
yeah.
Yeah, and she was like, yeah, she gave me her number and was like, just call me when you want me on, but not until the show is coming out, and I don't know when that is. She was like, I can't even tell you because I have no idea. And I was like, yep, no worries.
Mhm.
Which I thought was funny. What did you think of Sunspot's new costume? Because I love it, frankly.
I love it too. I was so excited, once, I started recording season one, and after the show came out, especially after the show came out, I was gifted a lot of the action figure that Sunspot had at the time, which was the X-Force
Yeah.
suit from, I actually don't know when that was released by whatever company it was. I'm not sure if it was Hasbro at the time, but anyway, I was gifted like three different ones, which is nice, and it looked really cool. And that even when I was shown different, I was in a podcast once that I was, or I don't know if it was a podcast, but I was on something that I was shown many different costumes of Sunspot, and asked to kind of like not vote, but score which one is my
Yeah, yeah.
favorite or whatnot. And that version always has been like one of my favorites, and I think it's the audience's favorite. And when I found out that's what's going to happen in season two, I was very excited. And then just one thing that grew a lot on me, and I've been saying this last couple of weeks, is the fact that because they chose the orange as his jacket color, they continued with that palette for
Yeah.
the suits differently from the previous iterations in red, which red is my favorite color, and I liked the costume that I've been seeing. So at first I was like, oh no. But now I've grown to like it so much more. It's so unique. It's that, it's the 97 version. Yeah, and I really enjoy it. It's really cool. The mask at least is red. And so, and it's
I
a
think
very
it
nice.
Yeah, I think it looks really cool, and I like that it's just a little different than the comics. Not that much
Yeah,
different, but
yeah,
I
no,
kind of I feel like I like that they do that. They change it up just like a little bit to make it more for the show.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and Sunspot in that episode, I felt like you had a lot more stuff to do than you had a lot of the season one.
I know it's so funny, and because almost everybody has said this to me, and I love it. It makes me feel so happy. But it's so interesting because when I, especially in New York, when I watched it first, again, I was so happy. It was such an incredible response. But because it's Jubilee driven, and I'm like I'm
Yeah,
following her. I mean, I get my spotlight too. But it was interesting because I guess it's because obviously people who love Sunspot or learned to love him since season one. They wanted him to be more, part of the team, using his
yeah,
powers and all of that, right? Which we saw a little bit at the end of season one of the final episode. So I guess that's why I had that feeling. But I think in reality, if you go back and you compare the first episode of season one, where he's introduced, there was so much more, many more scenes, I think, and much more, let's say, participation in that way. I had bigger monologues and stuff like that. So it's interesting to me, but
that's that's fair. I think me saying that is more like Sunspot is more in on the action, is what I mean.
that
Than
100%, he's part of a team, and like I said, like he gets his own spotlight in terms of the action of the superhero that he is, and also the interaction and relationship with Jubilee. You know what I'm saying, in terms of their partnership or whatever
yeah.
we want to call it. So absolutely,
I really liked that. I thought they did a good job with writing the two of them. Like, yes, time has passed. They've gotten they've kind of become a better duo where they work together. She can jump
yeah,
off the ship and know that he's gonna catch her.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
What have you thought of that dynamic? Because I really like it, honestly.
Yeah, no, I did too, and I didn't remember that. I don't remember that moment at all. So a lot of those details were surprises to me. I mean, actually, a lot of the dialogue and this stuff. Like once I saw it, I'm like, oh yeah, I remember doing that. But coming in, I couldn't tell what it was going to be like. Um, so yeah, no, I love that, the evolution of the relationship and everything between the two of them.
Yeah, because and I love the original, but the younger ones didn't get a lot to do usually. So it's nice seeing them like they didn't have to age them up. They don't have to be like 25, 30 to like be good at this. They're still like around whatever age they were the first season. I really appreciated that. And I'm not gonna lie, I for a while I was like, I don't like them together, but now I do. Now I love them together.
Yeah, you see, we keep like winning people over. That's it.
Yeah.
Gilberto, I like to call them. It's the Gilberto duo, right?
It is a good duo. It is.
And I'm really excited now that next week at San Diego, I have two new prints with them both together.
Oh,
That
nice.
is amazing. That was created by Dave Gozu. Who's an incredible artist who draws and does incredible things for Marvel. I mean, all the cards that you saw in season one right before the premiere
Oh,
that
yeah,
were
yeah.
released online, right? And now too, like that's all designed by him. So it's just so neat, so rad, and he created two different versions. That's really cool, and I'm really excited to premiere them next week.
I follow him on Instagram, yes, because he still does the season two cards, right? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. I really like seeing those. What has like have people I feel like I asked you this the first time I had you on. Um, I feel like you must notice that X-Men have like a lot of gay fans, right? I always see you, I'm like, he's so sweet. I always see you like on a flyer at a gay bar, and I'm like, I bet he's so nice when he goes there.
Yeah, no,
um,
ask me what do you want to ask
I would say,
specifically?
have you had a like a uptick in that where you've noticed there are more gay fans than even you had before?
No, no, in that sense, not really. I mean, again,
All right.
since the premieres I've had in at Tribeca a month ago, I that hasn't clicked that way. But again, yeah, I have a lot of people from the community are really good friends of mine, and yeah, it is such an important piece, in the queer community. They love the IP, they love the X-Men, they relate uh, to it so much, and I felt, very, very proud and fortunate to have had that coming out story comparison, yeah, I felt very proud about that. But no, not in terms of like more in that sense. I think it's been mixed with, like I said, a lot of kids, and just all kinds of people. So it's a wonderful mixture.
That does make me happy. You've had like kid fans come up to you because I didn't know if
Yeah,
any kids actually like younger kids watched the cartoon. They do,
they are. Yeah, they are. I mean, again, it's not like I'm
right?
not Wolverine to get like lines and lines of people, but again, from these last two experiences, even more than last year, like, yeah, it's starting to grow more and more. That's something I noticed. Like they come with parents sometimes, or just teenagers. Like, yeah, I started watching. I knew the X-Men from the movies, from the Fox movies, right? And then like, yeah, I really liked '97. I didn't know Sunspot. I like him. Some have read the comics and stuff, but yeah, from 5 to like 10-year olds, but also,
That's really
teenagers and
cute.
stuff. Yeah, yeah, yeah. They
Whenever I
enjoy
see
it.
those kids that age in like the cosplay, I'm like, oh, this is adorable.
I know, I know.
What, yeah, I mean, I know we still have some episodes left, so maybe you can answer this question, but what is something you would like to see Sunspot do? What would you like to be able to like do with Sunspot that hasn't you
Yeah,
haven't
I've,
gotten
I've
to
been,
do?
yeah, I've been saying that, like, if it's not in this season, at some point, I would love to have an interaction with Deathbird. As I said in the first season, one of my favorite scenes that I read from the New Mutants comics when I was sent by production for me to read. It was an interaction between them, and I loved that scene so much. I didn't know anything about Deathbird, and I'm like, oh, this is so cool. And I didn't know she was in the show. My character wasn't in
Yeah,
that
yeah,
episode. And then when I saw Deathbird, I think it was episode 5, 6, or 7, one of
something like that.
those.
Yeah,
Yeah, I was like, oh my god, she's actually there.
she
So
does
who
look really
knows?
cool too.
Yeah, yeah. And so who knows, like an interaction or a little love something there. Maybe, another thing with Jubilee, create the drama, and then like, does his escapade and comes back, whatever, something, or maybe they just fight. It doesn't matter.
You're
Uh,
reminding me of how in our last recording I said X-Men is basically if it were a telenovela, my grandma would have been watching it on Telemundo. Like
there you go. It is. It has to be a little bit. We gotta have that drama, man. The
we
relationship.
always have the like soap opera drama, and like I don't know, I love it though.
Yeah. So that's a big one. And then I've been saying, like, as hopefully we get more seasons, 5 seasons, 10 seasons, if we have a lot, in terms of the years and the
Yeah,
evolution. As we know from the comics, he goes in, there's periods that he goes into his dark side, and he goes into a villainous kind of, path, and that would be fun. We all we actors love to go into the villains and to that dark place. So, oh, that would be a treat.
that's funny because I feel like yeah, almost every voice actor on a show. When I like, they're like, "Oh, I wish my character got like a villain thing to do." Like everyone always wants to do that.
Yes.
Gee, let everyone know where they can find you online.
I'm at Gui Agustini 1 on Instagram. That's mostly the only platform that I use. I'm on the other ones, but I'm really, sharing all my journey there on Instagram. And yeah, just follow me there. Stay tuned. And until next time.
And some Easter eggs slash trivia. I was impressed we didn't cover all of it yet, because normally when I do this, it's covered by the time we get to the end. I didn't know this until I saw it in an article. So Val Cooper has a cat that Polaris pets when she goes into her office. That cat is from the Ultimate X-Men run, and that cat was Mystique in disguise in the Ultimate X-Men run.
Oh,
Oh,
I
it
didn't know that.
did it have 4 eyes or something?
No, it has a
It looked
diamond on
weird.
its head. It has like a diamond. And it was Professor
Oh,
Xavier's cat in Ultimate X-Men that was named Mystique. So
uh,
that could just
yeah,
be a
I
nothing.
she's been so sneakily absent. Okay.
She's been too sneakily absent. I thought she was Val last season. I'm not even gonna
Same.
front. I thought it was Val.
Well, Yeah, I mean, like, yeah, in the 80s, Val's best friend was Mystique, but like in office wear,
Yeah.
like daytime Mystique.
And like Mystique does love that shit where she's like, sure, I'll just do this character. She loves a like long bit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's
So
God.
I could see them still doing it. And in the original series, she did work with Apocalypse.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So
So
we'll see.
yeah. Um,
She's I miss her. I need her. Like, where is she?
Yeah.
I need
she's
to
such a
see them.
good, like, I feel like Magneto is really great as well, and she's like right up there with like the character that can sometimes be good but isn't. But
It's the Faith thing. It's like it's specifically like season 4 Faith. Like I love when Faith comes back in season 4 because it's like they already got a lot of shit going on. And then
yeah,
all of a sudden it's like, oh my God, Faith, every time Faith shows up, it's like drop everything. Fuck, we now have to deal. Oh my God. Like everyone's like, this is bad. And so I like Mystique is the other kind of thing of like when she shows up, you don't know what
Yeah.
chaos she is going to do. I mean,
she's gonna beat up her kids.
yeah, she's gone chucking them
Abandon
off
them.
waterfalls. Yeah.
Yeah. In
Abandon them a
Evol
little bit.
in Evolution,
Adopt another one.
in Evolution, she was like the
A
head mistress
principal or
of the
something. Yeah.
school, or yeah, something. And but she, like for a long time, like that was her long bit. So I kept expecting a similar role for her in this show, I guess. So every time I see someone who is a human or who like has a consistent role of power in the show, like, is it Mystique? I
Yeah.
hope, but I'm starting to lose
God,
faith.
she's keeping us guessing. I love that.
Yeah.
So
Definitely.
Danger, there was two references. I think the like gonna go for your head was a reference to Thanos, like should have gone for the head. But
Sure.
also when she's
Sure.
pulling the axe, this I need to know who works on this cartoon that loves horror, because that is a reference to the Crazies, that 80s horror movie where like they're pulling the axe along the
Yeah.
concrete. And that was like a very I love noticing all the horror stuff in this. And I keep trying to get my horror co Zach, who is not that big on superheroes. I'm like, no, but watch X-Men. There's a whole horror episode. Now
Yeah.
two. Um, Tryon Edwards, who Beast quotes, no idea who the fuck that was an American theologian, minister of the Second Congregational Church in New London, Connecticut from 1845 to 1857.
How the fuck did Polaris and Beast know who that is?
Right.
He
Exactly.
published? What syllabus is he on?
Beast, okay, Polaris.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, I would be so embarrassed if like my students watch this and I'm like, I don't know who that is. Like, so yeah, those are my fun facts. Now that we are at the end, favorite outfit. Gabby.
Like Polaris and her just like kind of goth, edgy look.
Yeah, yeah. I knew we would
I
have the
didn't
same
like her when
one.
she was in a government show, but I'm liking her as she steps into her own
Yeah.
and reclaims her power and stuff like that, and her identity outside of Magneto and outside of the government.
Again, it's very faith coded, which you and I, that is like very up our alley. So yeah, same. Brett.
uh, the hot take or whatever, but honestly, like Val Cooper kind of eats
I do
in
like
that
that
X
outfit.
Factor
I do.
jumpsuit. It's so preposterous because she gives like HR lady all the effort, but then she joins X Factor. She's like, I am wearing like the cuntiest jumpsuit and jacket with sneakers, and I like love that so much.
I do love that outfit. It's like it's also ridiculous because it's like
Yeah, it's
that outfit with a
it's
jacket
like
and a
it's like Polaris's, but like, what if Polaris's was more like
also
more?
had a jacket on top. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like I can't imagine Val being like, I am the human. I'm the government liaison. I need to be the best dressed of all
Yeah.
of them. Very weird, but I love it. I have a custom of that figure where I found I think Yelena Belova has white sneakers in one of theirs, so I like took off
Yeah.
her feet to put them on the Polaris hit body, like just to,
I do have that torso waiting somewhere on this desk to make that Val Cooper custom. Because Brett, sometimes we are the same nerd. Brett, I sent Brett one of my custom, a Fred figure from Angel because he loved her outfit so much.
Oh yes. Oh, it's in my.
I was pretty proud of that custom, Brett. It looks pretty good,
It's
right?
great. Yes.
uh, Bodhi, what was your favorite outfit?
I'm gonna have to go with Cyclops and Jean. That the black and yellow and Jean with her little crop top type hoodie. I was like, I see you get a little crazy. I love it. I love it. So yeah, I love that outfit.
That I want you to know. My favorite outfit. It says Lorna's semi-punk Faith the Vampire Slayer look, or Jean in her X-Corp look, because I love those costumes and that jacket on her. That's exactly what my
Oh yeah,
answer says.
they look
uh,
so good.
and what was your favorite scene? While I'm on you, what was your favorite scene?
Listen, there was a couple of scenes I loved, but Polaris when she just went all out and all that energy just released, I was
Yeah, yeah,
I needed that. I needed
yeah.
that moment. So that for me was everything.
Gabby?
I was gonna say that one, but since I don't pick the same one, I also really enjoyed Polaris and Xavier talking about Magneto, and it kind of sets up the arc for the episode of like, I don't even know him. I'm not Magneto's daughter. I'm trying to figure out who I am. Like I loved that,
Yeah.
what that set up.
Brett?
I mean, I've, been reading X-Men comics and consuming X-Men media nonstop since late 1992. So when I could be surprised when Professor X slip and slided his way out of his wheelchair, his hover chair, that got me because I was like, I'd never even thought of that being an option. His hover chair having a trap door, and then he slides. Yeah, it was cool. Honestly, where's the Marvel Legends? Like yes, the San Diego exclusive Xavier should have that feature. Then
Brett,
I
I
would
was
buy it.
just about to fucking say that. I was about to say, like, I wish I had a toy of that. Like, little kid me would have loved a toy of
Oh
that.
God, you push a button and he just.
Why go?
And he has guns that come up from the top of it. Like,
it's such a 90s thing of just like, we have to take, it's just like, action headmaster.
yes, like
Action principal.
Sure. What? Oh, mine was. I liked Lorna and Bishop working together, but I also liked Lorna's conversation with Xavier. Those are I cheated for both these. I put two. What grade do we give this episode, Brett?
I mean, I would give it a B. I think that, which is good. I think it's just like we have to have like table setting. You
Yeah.
gotta have room to go up. I think I gave the season premiere like a B as well, because it's just like, very good. Better than most every other show that's out there.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like the same way about this that I do about Buffy. It's like, even when it's like not my favorite episode of the show, it's still better than most things I watch. So yeah, Gabby?
I was also gonna say B. But it's crazy because like I think this is my favorite episode of the season.
Okay. Okay.
So I'm hoping we get to A at the end, and then I can say that's my favorite episode. This felt like I loved the table setting, but I also just really loved the Polaris arc, and also for it to come after Magneto's death, and like Polaris is like grieving this relationship she never had. Everything.
This show does do grief pretty well, I think.
Yeah.
I like that it's
well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it comes back around at the end because now we're digging up the grief about Gambit.
Oh. Yes.
Ugh, Rogue's gonna be so upset. Ugh.
My girl, she's losing her man.
But imagine how mad Rogue is going to be at Apocalypse, and I really want to see her just like rip him apart. I can't.
Punch the shit out of that motherfucker.
Yes.
Bori, what grade do you give it?
I would also give it a B. Like it's so far, again, just like Gabby, it's my favorite episode this season. So I would give it a B. I can't wait to see where they're gonna go with it, though. I'm so excited.
I'm the same. I give it a B. I think the only episode I've given, I think I gave episode 4 and 2 an A. I think 2 has been my favorite, hands down. But My Girl Jubilee, I love her getting to like. And the needle drop, like I felt like that was like for me. They were like, what will Ian like when he covers this on Slayerfest 98? All right, everyone. Well, thank you for joining me. Thank you for listening. And if you liked Slayerfest 98, you can find us on all social media platforms at SlayerFest X98. You can find us on YouTube. All our episodes are video recordings. You can listen to us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and anywhere else you get your podcasts. Make sure you subscribe. It helps push the podcast out there. Give us a good rating if you like us. And if you want to support us on Patreon, we're going through X-Men, the animated series, the OG, every episode of Buffy as it turns 25, and Batman, the animated series. And then I have some other stuff spread in between. We did Leviticus, the queer horror movie, in June. And if you want to follow me, I am at Ian X Carlos. Gabby, where can everyone find you?
I'm at Gabby Alexa on all platforms.
And Bori, where can everyone find you?
I am at Boricua Barbie 85 on all platforms.
Can I tell you that it's such a good fucking name? Like every time you pop up my feed, I'm like, oh, that's a good name.
Thank you.
Brett, where can everyone find you and your things?
Oh, Jesus. Well, you can go to popheist.com. You can read Austin Gorton's recaps of X-Men 97 and then my Easter egg post, which I've only been able to do the first 2 episodes. And who knows if I'll be able to do the rest because baby, grief and mental health really does impede work. And then you can find me on Blue Sky and Instagram at Brett White, and you can follow my drag exploits as Barb Hardley at Barb Hardley also on YouTube. I mean, yeah.
All right, everyone, we will see you next time. Bye.